Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of AboTAGS, and today I am tagging the love of my life. Welcome to my channel.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So as I promised you guys that I'm gonna be doing a Q&A with Brother Bay. Oh, this is Kwaku, guys. Do we say the surnames too?
Oh, Kwaku's all right.
Yeah, this is Kwaku, my Bay.
Yeah, that's me.
The Bay. So yeah, I went to Instagram. I took us to Instagram, Facebook, and even WhatsApp. Asked you guys to ask me a few questions that you would like to know about us. I got a lot of questions, actually.
More
so
than 10?
because, yeah, it's more than 10. So because the questions were coming, okay, so Manya is next to Kwaku here.
All right, yes.
She's just, okay, but she's not going to be part of the video. Say hi and bye.
She's going?
Bye.
Okay, bye. Go to Beshi.
And then go.
Come, go to Beshi. All right? Bye-bye, baby.
So I did get questions from Facebook and stuff, so I had to like put them together in one place. I was just screenshotting some, copying and pasting. So here the question, do you see? It's
a lot.
It's a lot. So I'm gonna try that we go through all of them.
Can we go through all of them though?
Yeah, but I would really like for us to go through all of them.
Okay, let's start. Let's see how much we can do.
Hey, some questions are hilarious. Okay, let me start. Okay, I'm not. What's your age difference? That was the first question I got in the morning when I posted this.
Okay, I'm 36, ne?
Yeah.
You are
27.
27. 36 minus 27, that's 9.
You?
Wait, really? So that's 7 still. But that's still chicken murder, most.
Is it chicken murder?
Isn't it? I think anything above 5 is chicken murder. Gosh, so I'm slaughtering this chicken. Okay.
Do you live together? Yes and no.
Okay, yes and no. I think I would say yes.
But
I have
where
my
we
place.
live is a question.
Yeah,
yes.
I have my place and she has her spot. So most of the time we stay at her place, but sometimes we go to my place as well. So, but whenever we go to my place, we're all together. Her, Simanya, and I, we're always in the same place, but we don't always stay at the same.
We don't have our place that we stay in.
Yeah, we are going to have our place, so we're building our own.
If you do stay together, how has living together been?
Has it been challengeful? Or been challenging? It hasn't though.
Well, for me, I'd say that when we started, because we started like staying together in 2016.
After Simanya was born.
After Sima was born, and it was challenging then because we had to learn like small things that we didn't know about each other. We had to learn that the other one, when they take off their jerseys, they throw it on the floor, and like there's a lot of things that we had to learn in the beginning about each other, and we had to adapt to.
There's certain things that each of us had to stop doing, and there are other things that he had to rather just accept.
Yeah.
You know. Wait, so the throw the jizz on the floor, is that still on? Yeah, no, okay. There.
Next question is, what was the one thing that gave you a sign that he's the right person for you and she for you? Okay. Nah, it wasn't like given right away that this is the right person. I know that in my how we met video, I did say that I knew from the minute I saw him that he was the love of my life. But then we had to be together, obviously. That was a little exaggeration. We had to be together for me to actually get to know the person he was, and then I knew that actually no. And it wasn't like over that one thing, but I looked at him once and I was like, oh no, now he is. It like over events, like over time, and so I wouldn't actually pinpoint one thing and say, okay, now this is how I knew it.
So that question applies to both of us,
yeah.
Right? Okay. Well, for me, there's a point in time where I knew that you were the one.
Okay.
It was before Simanya was born, eh?
But well, when I was pregnant.
Not just before that.
Oh.
But let me actually explain a little bit. for me, I'm very, very personal. I think you know that. I don't really have that many friends, and I don't easily share, well, my life with people, my life story. So when I go through something, I mostly go through it alone. And even my mom always complains that you're so secretive, you don't like to talk about your stuff. But for the first time, I got somebody I could actually like just share everything, and I won't would just take it all in. I got so comfortable. Stuff that I mostly wouldn't tell anybody, or not like they are big things or whatever. But mostly I don't talk about stuff. But now I was so comfortable to the point that I could tell her anything, no matter what it was. I could literally just say anything. And that's when I realized that, you know what, I have never been like this with anybody.
Next question is, what is it? What is your goal as a couple? Yay! You guys are coming.
No, this question, we actually set a lot of goals. Every year, we sit down and we set goals, as in, I think let's just tell them like our 3 goals for this year, because we have so many that we actually just like we decided we're gonna make it 3 every year.
What I think Nick, is that
overall goal.
Because I do have an answer that our overall goal, we know that we want to be number 1, financial stable into a point where we don't need anything. We want to work together to
I think that's the overall goal. But actually, no, there was this one time when we were still working together, and there was when this child, what is the name? Her mom couldn't pay her school fees.
And
you came to me and
I was like, let's pay the fees.
And I'm like, what? So she's like, let's pay her fees for the whole year. And I was like, and where are we gonna get the money? And then she's like, well, for me, I want us to be the kind of couple who is able to stand up and make a difference in society. And I was like, but we're still not there yet. So
we're not there yet. Okay. How has doing business together been like, and doesn't it affect your relationship? Okay, first of all, the first question is, how has it been like? For me, because we used to work together. So when we stopped working together, there wasn't anything that we were working on and stuff. Even though you were not teaching, but there was a lot of things, the sports, the sports, organizing the events at the school. So I was used to like doing stuff with you. And then now when we started, in fact, when I joined you in the Share Plus business, it wasn't anything new for me.
In fact, if you remember, you did say that, you know what, whenever we are working together on something, we really get connected.
And if to answer that, answers the second question, but when we work on something, because we have, like, you and I have a lot of similarities, like creativity, and we're very driven, and we focus on what, like, we throw ourselves in whatever that we do, and that actually pulls us together. Even if we had been fighting and we say that, okay, we need to distribute this and this and this, we need this, and then it forgets about the fight, and then we get to business.
And then by the time we are done, we are all lovey-dovey and focused. So in a way, it actually kind of like
it works for
draws us together.
Yeah, it works for us. So start a business with your man. How have you managed to stay happy for so many years? What is your secret?
Wait, so we happy?
That is the question. Guys, don't be fooled by the pictures. Hey, I don't think that I would say we have a secret. It's just that Kwekwe and I don't get tired of each other. We fight so many times, and
wait, you don't get tired of me?
So you get tired of me?
Well, I intentionally irritate you. You know those things I do, and then when you get irritated, it just makes me like,
I do get irritated a lot. I get irritated a lot.
I love that. I'm like, yeah, okay, you know what, I'm going to just fight out, and then nothing she has. Okay, and
what I'm saying is that we don't get tired of each other. We annoy each other so much, we irritate each other so much, but then we still want to go back to we don't get tired, and I think that is the reason why we're still like planning futures, and we're still like together and everything. It's because we never get tired of having the fights and stuff. So
that's true.
The next question is, what is the toughest thing you have overcome as a couple that you never thought you'd get through?
Sure. You know, we should have looked at these questions before this.
So you
Because you
get
need time
ready.
to think for this.
What is the toughest?
Oh,
But
what
I
is-
have one.
Really? What is the toughest?
I don't know if I did know at the back of my mind why it's gonna pass. It's just that for us that was a very tough time.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure you will relate when I tell you.
Okay.
After Simanye, I got pregnant, and we lost the baby.
Oh, yes.
For me,
Yes.
that was that hit me very hard because we were not ready to have another child
Mhm.
at that time, but we accepted it. Yeah, well, and we even started making plans.
But I think that one hit you hard more than me, though, because I'm not saying that I wasn't broken by it, but I think on my side, sometimes I'm a bit more, not insensitive, but I think I'm just a bit more realistic about it.
It's me. Yeah. So what was it for you if it wasn't that?
For me,
Yeah.
I just think that it's more of family.
Okay.
You know, our cultural differences. Look at, I think maybe for us, we are so comfortable with each other that we kind of take it for granted that we accept each other as such. But, you know, cultural differences play a huge role. The way families accept each other or don't accept each other. It's, you know, and I think we're still in the process. So maybe
haven't overcome that,
yeah,
but
maybe
it
we
has
overlook
gotten
it.
better.
Yeah, but I think it's getting better. But I mean, like
Yeah.
we overlook these things. But otherwise,
Yeah, also what we've overcome is being able to overlook it.
okay.
I think so. For us to be able to say, okay, it's happening and life must go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because for the longest time it was a stumbling
Battle.
block. Yeah, it was a battle. And then this one says, what have you learned from each other's differences? Oh, because we got them. We got differences. We are so close together and so similar, but then we have a lot of differences.
Yeah, we are very, very different.
Oh, you
But
don't
I
have
always
to-
say that it's not a bad thing, though, that we are different.
It's not. It's
But
not.
what have you learned from? Yeah, you know what? I actually want to know, because this is one of the things we used to argue a lot about. I'm actually very happy this question is there. Come, what have you learned from my differences? And if you don't say the one I want you to say, I will just bring it out.
What have I learned? No. The question is that what have we learned from each other's differences? We're not putting out each other's differences.
No, but there's one main thing that I think you should have learned. Okay. What have you learned? Okay.
I've learned to be calm.
To be calm. About what?
I've learned to be calm because now, you know, I'm a very sensitive person. And it's still a learning process for me. And I take things to heart. I take everything to heart. And sometimes I overreact a lot, and I
Okay.
like I take things out of proportion. I blow things out of proportion and stuff. So I've learned that I need to calm down.
You know your
And I need
answer.
to calm down about the irritations, the way you irritate me. I need to calm down about the arguments. I need to calm down about the little things that you do that I don't like, that you differ from me. I need to calm down about you throwing your clothes on the floor. Instead of me just shouting at you for throwing the clothes, maybe I can just pick it up and not say anything. There also I've
But
learned
it's not as these days. I mean, there's the washing basket. That one is close to the basket,
it's down.
but it's close, and I aim for the basket. Okay.
Come, what have you learned?
No, it's very similar to what you're saying, eh? Because one of the stuff which I think we used to fight a lot about was about my level of insensitivity.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would just say certain things and you will react, you know, you will feel like that was very insensitive. And for me, I'll be like, but that's just normal. That is, I'm just saying it as it is. And you'd be like, but you don't say it that way or whatever. So I have learned to also become more sensitive about the way.
And that brings us, there was a last question. The one that came when we were already sitting here. How do you resolve fights? And this person, they gave like a long paragraph. But the question was at the end is like, because I know this is a person who knows us personally, but I know you guys fight so much. Like when you fight, not but we fight a lot, but then when we fight, your fights are hectic and they are big, but then 2 days later or a day later, you're cool. How do you resolve your fights? Do you want to answer that?
Okay, I'm actually thinking, because we don't really do we really resolve our fights? We just do we resolve? Do we sit down and say, okay, we do come and we apologize and all this kind of stuff, and we all acknowledge that, you know what? And most of our fights, nobody is actually wrong. Most of the time, there's always you always like, you know, in the wrong. It's like maybe even if I was the one in the wrong, you actually realize, you know what? We actually it's just. How do I say this?
Let me say
not seeing eye to eye on certain things, but it all points down to, well, you might not like this. Yeah. Yes. But I always tell her, okay, that most relationship, love is a very small part of it. And I'm not saying people must not be in love, but what is most important is commitment. If you are committed to somebody, no matter what you do, or how bad things get, you will know that, okay, you know what, that is where my commitment is. That's where I have to be responsible. So no matter what we do, that for me, that always guides me. That, you know what, I am committed. And that commitment is very, very important. So I think that we can't break up. Whether we get damaged to a point whereby we feel like, you know what, this is really, really bad. I just think that the commitment I have for you is at that point whereby I will always fix things. It even takes that commitment to another level, because now my responsibilities are there are 2 people I'm responsible for.
So this responsibility.
Yeah, I think that's more important. And I'm not saying, look at love is nice, love is there, but commitment is the important thing. I mean, like, I know where I'm supposed to be, and after work, I know where I come. Have I ever gone out after work and not come home late? No. You're looking at me like that. Have I?
Have you never?
Have I?
Never.
When? Think when?
Let's finish the video.
No, think. I have never, because I know what I'm supposed to do. And I've got 2 people in my life whereby I'm responsible for. So I make sure that, you know what? Yes, Chin and Don. So, and I think that is a guide. So whenever we have a fight,
there's nothing wrong with it.
Whenever we have a fight, you know, that comes and say, you know what? Even if you are the one in the right, you must know that this is what you have to do to fix stuff. You just go and fix
I was going to say that the reason we are able to fix our fights and get over everything is that we don't have pride. Even though it takes us time, because when we fight, as Nini said, oh, I gave it away. As this person said, that our fights get very hectic. Maybe we'll fight in the morning, and this one takes a longer time to calm down and to forgive and want to talk. But for me, 2 hours later, I'm like, okay, come, let's talk, okay? But when we do talk, Ogane, when we've both come down and we talk, we go over the fight and like, what started it? How could it have been prevented and stuff? How were you wrong? And if you are told that you were wrong, even though some people don't really admit that I was in the wrong, but when you tell them that you were wrong, and then they also see that they were wrong, and then we are able to get over it. So the main thing is that we are able to sit down and talk.
But who says sorry first?
You do.
Yes, like I come to you, I'm like, baby, I am so sorry. And there are times that we even forget the fight and we just move on. We're like, that's, you know what, let's just...
And then we would make up, and then after that we'd be like, so the fight that we had, yeah, but because I think what is nice about resolving fights is that you should talk about things. Don't leave things unspoken about or unresolved, because it will come back. Yeah, well, it's bound to come back and stuff. Right. Guys, thank you so much. This video is gonna be so long, but if it is too long,
20 minutes. You need to cut some out. Eh?
So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for agreeing. Guys, I've been begging this nigga for so long. He first said, I'm gonna do a video when you reach 300 subscribers. So he thinks that he needs a large audience. And now that we're talking 400, it's going to 500. He's like, okay,
Yeah,
no.
I actually like how your channel is growing. It's
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
So you're gonna come more. Guys, if you want to see more of him, please just say, and then I'll tell him to come.
You know,
I don't know.
I don't like
Let's
the
say
camera.
goodbyes and then we go.
Okay.
You cannot follow him anywhere because he's not. I cannot even say follow him on Instagram, but why would you be following my man? So guys, I'll see you on the next video. We're still doing the AboFeatures. Up next, I am featuring my sisters. You guys showed so much like or love for them the last time I featured them. So they're going to be coming back, but only 2 of them. So stay tuned for that. And goodbye from me and the love of my life.